I would like to ask you, from a historical perspective, from the perspective of a historian who deals with these matters, what is the evidence for and against this, and how credible is such a narrative?
I would say there's no actual evidence for it. The one piece of evidence for it is a piece of evidence that no historian would accept, but I guess you would count it as evidence, apart from the Quran. So just bracketing the Quran itself. The Quran gets many of its stories, it doesn't tell that many stories about Jesus, but most of the stories about Jesus that it tells had earlier been found in the early Christian tradition. And this one, the story about them crucifying someone else, is apparently was found in a gospel that was known in the 2nd century, that was written by a Christian Gnostic, a Gnostic, like a Christian heretic named Basilides. What Basilides said was that what happened.
This is what happens when you get a prophet who is illiterate, doesn't know how to read or write. This follows that this brother will hear these stories, these Gnostic stories that have been circulating for hundreds of years prior to Muhammad. He hears these things. He says, well, see, this is what we're going to rock with. This right here, this nonsense, even though it was already deemed by the church that, no, this ain't the case. And now when we get into this 21st century of 2025, and we see that no matter what historian you talk to, they all believe that, yeah, one of the most attested to thing is Jesus dying on the cross. So now, I won't say it's everybody because I don't know that to be true, but I do know, if I'm not mistaken, it's roughly by 90-something%. You know what I'm saying? 90% of historians will say that regardless of atheist, Muslim, Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, whatever, Jesus was put on the cross and Jesus died.